Our brain is an incredible machine. It's unbelievable what we're capable of accomplishing when we set our mind to it. Now, that's beautiful and it's an amazing in itself. But the reality is, there's always a dark side to it. Our brain is also can also create catastrophic scenarios, like worst case scenarios, things that would never even happen in life. Like, seriously, we've all been there. So now the interesting question is, how do we control our thoughts? And it's really interesting because you can have the best strategy in the world, but if your mindset is not up to par, that strategy is worthless. You're not going to do it. You're going to sabotage yourself. You're going to come in, you're going to create scenarios in your head of what if this, what if that, what if this, what if that. So how do we control our thoughts? Well, first, I'd like to reframe that question that I get all the time. It's not about controlling your thoughts. It's about redirecting your thoughts. And when we actually put that flexibility in it, then we realize that, shoot, I can redirect. And it's not as rigid as trying to control our thoughts. Because you see, the brain's job is to keep us alive, which means in its comfort zone. So I often tell myself, if my mind can go such in a scenario that's really impossible, then that means I intentionally can redirect that same energy, that same thought in a completely different way. Now, the way to redirect our thoughts is by really understanding one really key concept in terms of mindset is our inner dialogue. So some people call it the inner chatter, that internal voice. Basically, it's that voice that is keep on commenting, judging all the time. And we all have it. So how do I now redirect my inner chatter? Well, you need 3 things. You need a breath, a question, and a new direction. So first, the breath is when you feel that your inner dialogue is really going like in the worst case scenarios, take a breath. Really, this allows you to give some headspace and really give yourself space. From there, step 2, ask yourself a question. What's the story that I'm telling myself right now? So you see, the brain is just creating stories that don't even exist and scenarios on a future that doesn't even exist. So if my brain can do that, if I bring it to consciousness of what's the story that I'm telling myself right now, I can actually do something with it, which is step 3, a new direction. Do I want to believe this story? Is that story true? And what do I want to believe instead? So often in coaching, I'll have clients who say, well, what if it doesn't work? What if this? And what if that happens? What if this? And I'm like, and what if this happened? And what if that happens? And what if this opportunity? I'm like, either one, both of them are fake. Neither one of them actually exist. But how about redirecting my thoughts in a new, empowering way? So again, the idea is not to control the thought. It's to redirect the thought, because that is something you can actually have power on. So here's your mission this week. Really simple. The next time you feel that and you realize that your mind is really going into worst case scenarios, take a breath. Give yourself the head space. Give yourself the mental space. Ask yourself a question. What's the story that I'm telling myself right now? And from there, redirect your thoughts. What do I want to believe? What is my new what if scenario that is so much more empowering? Because once we get to redirect our thoughts and we realize that we actually have the power to redirect our thoughts, we really see that so much more is possible. Thank you for being here week after week. If you like this episode, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you want to get these episodes right in your inbox, make sure you subscribe to our blog, where I share these episodes and all the tools and resources that I use in my own business straight in your inbox. So thank you for being here week after week, and I will see you next Tuesday. I hope you liked this episode. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and check out these other videos that I think would probably interest you.